What is up, guys? Today we're in day 5 of the challenge, and if you still haven't watched day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, then they're going to be down below in the description. It's very important that you watch them, because if you want to replicate my results, if you want to get up to $70,000 in sales in 25 days, and I show you guys the story, I show you guys the results in video 1 and 2, then you need to follow every single step that I did, because what I'm doing is replicating the same exact process that I did to get up to 70K in sales, in 25 days, and 47K in sales in around 18 days. So today we're moving on to Facebook ads, how to test your products, how to stay profitable from the beginning, because remember, a winning product distinguishes itself straight away from the first, from the first 3 days. You're already going to start getting sales. You might not be profitable, but you will start getting sales. So today, guys, I'm going to teach you guys everything that you need to know for Facebook cold testing. So my strategy actually changed a little over the last 6 months, over the last 8 months. And this is what you need to do in order to be successful with Facebook high ticket micro branding. So the lesson is how to test if your product is a winner, and how to maximize revenue from day one, how to already start making money potentially within a week, already be profitable. And what we're going to go over is actually ad creation for cold testing. And as you guys will soon learn, what you want to do is actually create a, you want to create a PPE page post engagement ad, which basically you're going to run for an entire day for $100. Because in reality, a huge tip that I can give you guys is that before you go into cold interests, you need some type of data, right? You want to set up an interaction and engagement campaign, a PPE campaign, a page post engagement the night before. Because if you run ads, if you're a dropshipper and then you want to learn about interests, you want to, what you want to do is scale different interests. That's not real marketing. Real marketing is all about custom audiences, retargeting, and lookalikes. And a common misconception is that you got to wait for a certain amount of sales to start lookalikes. And for me, I actually start lookalikes from day one if I have the data. And what you actually want to do is provide your audience and provide your, potential customers some type of value. And as Gary Vee, he has a book called Jab, 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 Hook. And basically what you want to do is provide value, and then with the hook, they buy. Especially with high ticket dropshipping, $180 a product, $250 a product, these people won't buy from the first time, right? These people need to see some type of value. They need to interact with it. And, a common misconception is obviously making assumptions about your audience. What you want to do is set out a very, very, very broad, campaign, a PPE, very broad campaign. And then once you see the people that interact with your product and engage, then you got to target only those people. And obviously you want those people that you target to have seen your ad already. And obviously you're also going to create lookalike audiences, because you want to know how the people behave and what they're interested in. And you're going to know that audience will buy from you each time. So think about this for a second. Who's more likely to buy from your store? Someone who's never heard of your store before, or someone who's already gotten value? And again, it's all about providing value. That's why, a lot of these companies give free products away. That's why they run advertisements, sharing something that's worth knowing, something engaging. Because once these customers already got some type of value, then they're actually going to go ahead and buy from you. So what you actually want to do is create a video, right? Video is very important. And again, I chose a product which doesn't have any videos on Facebook, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to create my own video, and it's very simple. All you have to do is just save all of these images. So let's say 1. Oops, sorry guys. 2. Because it's very important that the PPE campaign that you're running has a video ad. Oops, sorry about that, guys. Very important. So what you want to do is save all these videos. This is all you need, guys, right? Because at the end of the day, we're not trying to be crazy photo editors. And as you guys know, the future of marketing is just being simple and relating with your audience. Because like Gary Vee says, the future of marketing is bad grammar. So I said this is just what I need. Anyone who's interested in this product or is interested in just lamps in general is going to interact. They're going to comment something. They're going to send it to their friend, right? So we're looking for those people, and it might be 5% out of everyone that interact. I mean, it might be 5% out of everyone who sees the ad. It might be 0.5% out of everyone who sees the ad. But we're looking for those people, and it's actually even better if you have a low quality ad, because even though it's nothing special, these people still want this product. You're still interested in deep home decor to that extent. So I created this ad in about 2 minutes. And now it's ready. We're ready to create our first campaign. So we're giving them some type of value. We're showing them our product. We could do much better usually with my own campaigns. With my own stores, I spend a lot of time setting up this pre-frame for your store and how the PPE campaign is going to look. Maybe a better video. Maybe you can find one on Facebook. Maybe actually order the product yourself. But regardless, what you want to do is you want to set up basically a system to then go into retargeting ads, because retargeting ads get the highest return on investment, and it's a higher return on investment than any other type of campaign, lookalike or interest. And if you're just doing interest with your store, you're most likely a beginner dropshipper, because common misconception, like I said, is doing only interest and not going to lookalikes right away. So what you want to do is you want to get a traffic that is warm. There's going to be people that are going to view your video and they're going to watch more than, let's say, like if they watch the entire video 100%, then they're a very warm audience, right? They were interested enough. And a lot of people are just going to keep scrolling. So obviously we're going to disregard those people. They're not interested enough in the product. So on average, it takes 8 engagements for a customer to buy a high ticket product. And you can, draw this little thing in your notebook if you still don't get the concept. There's a cold audience that right now we're going to set up this PPE campaign to and target. This cold audience is, they never interact with your store. They don't care about your product. And we want to find a small percentage of that cold audience who's warm, who watch the entire thing, who share it, who comment, who like. And those people are going to be the people that we're targeting, and we want to turn into our hot customer. And the hot customer is basically someone who joins your email list and is getting emails from you, someone who buys from you. You want to upsell them. So right now we're looking for that warm audience, because if we keep targeting cold audiences, we will not be able to be profitable. So we created this mini video, and all we got to do is create a engagement campaign. All right, we could say PPE white bunny lamp. And what I do is I optimize for post engagement. If you have a small budget, you could do a little less. Obviously, the more money you spend, the more basically warm your audience is, the more data you have, because the entire point of this is to work off data. You don't want to just go into a campaign, throw away money. You want to make decisions based on analytics. So very simple. All you have to do is, as you know, first of all, you want to target the entire worldwide. You've seen this before. You don't want people who don't have the funds to buy your products to be going in your store and interacting, because then they kill data. So just worldwide, Asia and Africa, you want to keep it as broad as possible, because if you narrow down and you make assumptions based off an audience, which you're not making room for every person that could potentially be interested in your product, you're losing money, you're losing customers that might buy from you. Obviously, you want to do just English. And what you want to do is you want to just find broad interest. This is the only time you'll ever use interests in your campaign. So what you want to do is just add the interest, right? Let's say home decor, because that's what our niche is. Home decorations, interior design, perfect. As broad as possible. 3 million and up. So we're going to name it interior design. Then we're going to go ahead and we're going to just target feeds, right? Because feeds always interact best. People are just scrolling. They have time to watch the entire video. They have time to share with their friends, right? So post engagements, that's what we're going for. And simple, the targeting is done. Again, we're very broad. This is the first step. Of course, we created a Facebook page. All for now you have to do is just add a profile picture, the logo, which we created together in the previous video. Very simple. You want to create your ad, we want to see who interacts with it. So what we do is we select our video, and it is somewhere here right now. It's called our PPE video. We open it, and simple. While it's uploading, we want to just get them more value, more jabs. We're gonna say, isn't this lamp just what you need? I'd love to read at night with my little bunny lamp by my side. It's adorable. Leave a like or comment or share if you agree. Again, that's what we're optimizing for. I know we might get, we're obviously going to link it back to our store. Just learn more for now. We don't want them to seem like we want to sell them anything. We're obviously going to link it back to our store. We might get an organic buy. Someone's really excited. But it's very important, right? This video is still uploading. It's very important that what you actually do is, provide them some value, and just, if you could spend $1,000 right away testing a product by getting this engagement, by getting this analytics, I would, and you should as well. But it's very important that, you provide them some value up front. But what I actually did was go ahead and take this campaign that I created with this ad. One little mistake I made was I should have made the ad much longer, where you want to, the longer the ad, the better the actual data, because the more people who are watching a higher percentage, they're more qualified, they're more warm. So if it's only 13 seconds, it's okay. All the people that watch all 100%, they're very warm, but the people who just, watch 2% and keep going, they're not warm at all. So it's very important that you guys not only create this PPE campaign with one interest, but you create it with 10 to 15. So all you got to do is just duplicate. You just duplicate the original ad set and just change the interest. It's going to be like interior design, home decorations, lamps, bunnies. You need to think of as many as possible. But the very important part is that they need to be very broad, because the broader the interest, the more potential people that you might get into your entire, customer base who want to buy from you. So it's very important that you wait an entire day and spend $100 to see what exactly is working. And once you have analytics the next day, you start creating your campaigns. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly what you need to do. As soon as the PPA campaign is over, you spend $100, you have some data, you've targeted people who you think might potentially be interested in your product, and now you know who really is. So first thing you guys do is, you create a new campaign completely, and you create a conversions campaign, and you optimize for purchases. I don't need to show you guys this. This is pretty simple enough. You create a new campaign, conversions campaign, and you optimize for purchases. And then what's the next step? You create a new ad, and you create these new ad sets. So first off, you guys need to create a completely different video, or maybe even a photo. We already have a photo for a story, but preferably a video that is saying buy 75% off, free shipping. You want to sell them. Obviously, you want to provide a little value in the video, but the next video you create, you're trying to sell these people, right? And you don't care about just providing value. You already gave the jab, right? But now you're giving the hook. You want to sell them on it. So these are the new ad sets that you create, and I'll teach you guys exactly how. So of course, I can't go completely into my strategy. If you guys want to learn more, just click the link below. You can watch a case study. I actually show you guys everything. I actually show you guys a store that did over $900,000 in sales. But I'll show you guys just the basics as usual, right? And if you want more golden nuggets, DM me. But basically what you want to actually do is you want to go ahead and create these type of audiences, right? First of all, we're going to create just video views. So as you guys can see here, this is an old campaign which I had. And basically, right, if you look over here, we had an engagement audience. We had a video. As you guys can see here, the engagement is a video. And what we did was we created 3 different custom audiences. Very simple to just create an audience. Click like this, custom audience. What type of source do you use? You use a video, right? You choose people that watch 25%, right? That's going to be one audience. People that watched 50%, that's going to be a second audience. And then people that watched 75%, that's going to be the third audience. And the date, the past, the date doesn't really matter. I know people are saying you got to test out different dates. It's going to be the same audience. You're only running it for one day, right? And then you just name it, 25%. You name it 25%. And then the next one, after you create the custom audience. And obviously the video that you choose, you're going to see the only video that's like available on your Facebook if you're starting your store is going to be the video of the engagement ad, right? You're going to choose that video. For example, I choose that video and the video pops up. For example, let's choose my Facebook page. Never mind. So for example, I choose the video, and let's say after the night, after $100 spend, we had around 100,000 people view this video, right? We're gonna select people for this custom audience. Anyone that watched 75% or more, anyone that watched 25% or more, anyone that watched 50% or more, right? And then after we create these three audiences, they by themselves in your CBO, in your campaign budget optimization, you could choose any type of budget you want, the higher the better. But in this new campaign, you have three ad sets, right? This is just retargeting, people who interacted with this PPE campaign. So then you have one ad set, 25%, just anyone who watched 25% of the video. You have another ad set, anyone that watched 50% of the video. And then you have a third ad set, anyone who watched 75% of the video. And obviously, guys, the longer the video, the better. I showed you guys how to build a video in 2 seconds. And the whole point was to show you that you could create your own video. But in reality, you want to create, 2-minute long video. You want to create a 5-minute long video. And if people watch the entire thing, right, if you somehow are able to do that, even if it's like 35 seconds, if it's 50 seconds, then they're very warm because obviously they're interested in this product. So that's three ad sets right there in your CBO campaign. And then what you want to do is you want to create 3 different lookalike audiences for every single custom audience that you created. So as you guys can see here, right, what you want to do is simple as that. You choose your audience, right? And you now, all I have to do, to be honest, is double tap on it. Oops. And action, right? You create an ad. You create a lookalike. Very simple. For 25% video view, you want to create 3 different lookalike audiences. One of them, obviously, I prefer to do United States and Canada. Those work best. And even United Kingdom, anyone who is in English-speaking countries. And then what you want to do is your first audience, which you're going to create, you're going to name it, let's say, 1%, 25%, because you're using the 25%, anyone who watched 25% of the video, and you're only targeting 1% of the countries. So this is going to be your first audience, your first potential ad set. Then your next one is going to be 1 to 5%. So you see the audience is much more. You're going more broad. So then it's going to be 1 to 5% of the 25%. We chose the 25% audience, remember that. And then finally, it's going to be 5 to 10% of the audience that we chose, which was 25%. We chose the audience of anyone who watched 25% or more of the video, and we're creating a lookalike audience. Anyone who matched that criteria, right? If they shared behaviors, if they shared characteristics or interests, we're creating a lookalike audience based off that audience, of 10 to 5% of anyone who's in these countries. So the 5 to 10% that act and behave and have interests, like the people who watch 25% or more of the video, those are the people that we're targeting. And it's simple, you just create the audience, right? So then that's already 3 more ad sets. What you want to do next is you want to go ahead and go over here. And once you have your 50% audience, right, which is going to be anyone who watched 50% or more, you do the same thing. You create a lookalike and you choose the same countries. And again, it's going to be 1% of people who behave like this video view audience. Then it's going to be 1 to 5%. And then finally, it's going to be 5 to 10%. So it's basically what you're doing is you're creating 3 different audiences for all these custom audiences. You're creating 3 different lookalike audiences for 3 different custom audiences, right? And then you do the same thing for 75%. And obviously, this is going to be your warmest audience. For anyone that watched 75% of the video more, you choose your countries. Obviously, you name it like 1% of people, 1% of 75%, right? And obviously, sorry. Choose any source, you choose that audience right there. And it's 1% of the audience, and then it's 1 to 5%, and then it's 5 to 10. So then 3 more audiences. So then after you do that for every single video audience that you create, you have your 3 different lookalike audiences, right? You could add here United Kingdom. And then what that comes down to is that you have 3 video view audiences, 3 video view audiences, which is 3 video view ad sets. You have 9 different video lookalike audiences, which means you have 9 different lookalike ad sets. And altogether, that's 12 different ad sets in your new campaign, which is, for conversions and for purchases. 15 different ad sets that you're testing, right? And this is already built off, some type of data. You're not just testing different interests and hoping people are interested in this product. Instead, they're interested, right? That they interacted with this product which you put out to them. And then what you actually do, guys, is if you're making sales, you got to repeat this entire process, but this time as a source for the video view audiences, you use your ad and you don't use, the PPE campaign engagement video. So anyone who interacted and watched a percentage of your ad, those are the people that you're retargeting, 1, and then 2, creating lookalike audiences to find the same type of people who watch, for example, 75% or more of your ad. So the longer the ad, the better. So this is the strategy you guys can do to already have profitable ad sets, start testing products. If it doesn't work in your first CBO campaign, if you're not getting sales from any of these 15 different audiences, 15 different ad sets, right? Obviously you want to keep 2 of the best interests, just single interests. I told you guys that single interest ad sets don't really work, but you want to keep these, at least 2 different interests with the lowest cost per engagement. So for example, interior design, this audience, this ad set of 500 million people, you're paying like 0.003 cents per engagement. That means, people in that audience really engage and really like this product, and they might potentially even like your brand. So as you guys can see here, you learn a couple of very important things. The people who most likely are going to buy from you, people who saw the ad, and that's why retargeting these 3 video view audiences are so important. And then finally, when you create these 3 lookalike audiences, that allows you to scale it because it's a repeat process. And then here again, you have a new ad and you're retargeting the people who watch the percentage of that ad, and then it keeps going, the cycle keeps going. You keep creating new, straight from day one, you're already doing lookalike audiences. So on that note, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you guys took notes because, this is already some high level marketing. This isn't the typical thing you hear online where they're telling you, create a campaign, optimize for purchases, and just test different interests. And then if an interest works, just duplicate it. That's not real targeting. Real targeting is using data, using analytics, and, building that into a full campaign. So thanks guys for watching. Leave a like, leave some suggestions for future videos. See you guys in the next video.